You've tuned in to the Crispy Noodle Podcast
You realize what you've done?
with Rich Liebing
A real gangster plays his cards right.
and Michael Costanzo.
What was that you just read?
Let us be the crispy noodle in your vegetarian salad of life and boring news.
Good times, noodle salad.
The point is, you now have the ability to be happy.
And now, here's Rich and Mike on the Crispy Noodle Podcast.
Woo! Yeah! How you guys doing?
What's up, everybody?
It's time for this week's episode of the Crispy Noodle Podcast, coming to you live tonight, Wednesday night on Facebook Live. This is the Crispy Noodle Podcast. Let us be the Crispy Noodle in your vegetarian salad of life and boring news. Folks, it's our job to give you the most into world of sports, entertainment, odd news, and whatever else we happen to stumble across. Isn't that right, Mike?
That's right. We bring it to you with our unique sense of humor and wackiness. You never know what you're going to get here on the Crispy Noodle Podcast.
That's right. Especially when we're live. You never know what exactly we're going to tumble into
That's right.
on the episode. But we're going to give you an hour or so of news and comedy material coming your way. But before we get into all of the news at hand, Mikey, my friend, how you doing? What's up?
I'm good. I ate a goose egg.
Wow, all right, he's launching right into goose egg.
You knew I was going to talk about it.
That's not sarcastic. You actually had a
No.
goose egg, not a zero.
Right. No. So, listeners of the podcast and those who know me in real life know that I
Because
have...
back in my old age,
Back
we
in
used
my-
to, we used to use the term goose egg for zero.
Yeah.
Back when I had an onion on my belt.
But the important thing was I had an onion on my belt.
That's correct.
That's right.
But no, you actually had a goose egg.
I actually had a goose egg, yeah. So, listeners of the show and people who know me in real life know I have a lifelong rivalry with geese. We talk about it in a previous episode where we talk about geese versus coyotes, and everybody in the world agreed with me that geese were way worse than coyotes. That's not the point of the discussion, but the point of the discussion is that I ate one of their young, so I got the upper hand
Yes.
on this age-old rivalry.
As you told me,
Yeah.
I ate my enemy.
I ate my enemy.
You led with that. I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
When did you go Hannibal Lecter on me?
I ate the enemy. I
ate him.
ate a goose egg. So it was interesting. I was at a farmer's market this past weekend, and one of the things they had on sale was, local organic goose eggs. I've never seen a goose egg, but I didn't even know there was a thing you could buy.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard of chicken eggs, I've heard of duck eggs, quail eggs. It never dawned on me you could eat, goose eggs. They're enormous. They're like the size of my hand. They're like 3 times as large as a chicken egg. And they're expensive.
Yes.
They're wildly, you could buy an entire dozen eggs for less than one goose egg. So
What did you say one ran you? $5?
it was $5 for one
Whew.
egg.
That's a lot of egg.
That's a lot of egg. Well, it's a large egg. It makes you a lot of eggs. So it was basically the same thing as a chicken egg, though,
But just bigger.
just bigger.
So, I mean,
taste wise, you're getting like 3 times the amount of egg white as you are to yolk. So there wasn't that much of the yolk in
so
there.
if you like egg white.
If you like egg white, go for it. You're getting bang for your buck. If you want the fatty part of the egg, which I think is the best part, it's marginally bigger.
Nah.
But it's very the white is very runny. The yolk is very similar. I fried it, so I don't know how it performs in other methods of cooking. The thing that I was most alarmed about is the eggshell is incredibly ridiculous hard. Like I had to smash it on the pan and the counter to get it to crack. I don't know whether I'm just weak or whether this eggshell was really hard. I was banging it. Yes.
Like that.
Yes. It was making an audible clunk sound.
That was actual audio from Mike's kitchen.
Yeah.
I secretly recorded you, Mike. Sorry about that.
Thank you, of course. I
you
expect nothing less. So yeah, I ate a goose egg. I also watched the first 2 episodes of Bel Air.
How was that?
So,
Because we talked about the Bel Air reboot. I'm not looking for. I'm not watching it. But
yeah. So I watched the first 2 episodes, and it's interesting. You cannot go into it thinking that it's not a reboot. It's a reimagining. If you go into it thinking a reboot, as I did, there were times I was like, "Oh, Uncle Phil was better than the other one," and I had to stop myself and say, "Michael, this is not a reboot. This is something completely different. The characters are not like you remember them. Some of them work, Some of them, in my opinion, do not. The biggest problem I have with the show right now, and I'm going to continue watching it because I am legitimately interested, but right now it is bordering on melodrama. It's very overwrought. Within a 5-minute span of time, Will Smith gets into a fight. It reveals that Carlton is like doing some kind of drugs, and then Will's best friend back in Philly gets shot. And this all happens within like 5 minutes. I'm like, you need to space these reveals out because right now it feels like a soap opera.
Yeah.
It's like boom, boom. Like they all happen like between the end of one episode and the start of the next.
Oh,
It's
and
like,
you're a father. Here you go.
it was
Here's
like,
a baby.
no, seriously, the last 5 minutes of episode 1 and the first like 5 minutes of episode 2, Carlton is revealed to be a drug user. Him and Will get into a fight because Carlton's ex is now making out with Will. Then they get into a family argument. Then Will's best friend gets shot. And I'm like, what is happening? Like, it's too much too quick.
Yeah.
It feels like melodrama. I'm still interested, though, because there are some compelling, there's some compelling, like, actual commentary there about, like, some modern issues. So I'm interested to see where that goes. But right now, it's a little melodramatic early on. So
Yeah, I didn't have any real interest in following that, so I'm glad. It seems like I missed the boat. I'm good.
You're probably safe skipping it.
Yep.
But that's what I was
okay.
up to. What have you been up to?
So we had the finale of Book of Boba Fett, or The Mandalorian season 2.5.
Okay.
That was pretty good. I don't want to get into specifics because I think Mikey will watch it.
Apparently, it impacts the universe.
Yes.
In a big way.
So all I'll say is that the last 3 episodes make up for the boring first 4 episodes, but I think it's also not a good sign that they needed Mandalorian to come in and save this spin-off franchise.
Yeah, that's kind of damning, right? That they were like, oh, Boba Fett can't stand on his own. Better bring in the cooler Mandalorian,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Although the Boba Fett theme song is awesome. Like,
It is.
When I'm working at home now, I've been just having that on repeat as I'm working.
I think you sent something of it to me. It was pretty catchy.
Well, I sent you the Like a Bantha song.
Yeah, you sent me the Like
which
a Bantha.
that's also good. That's very
No,
comedic.
but then I did look up the remix that you were talking about, and I was like, okay,
Yeah.
this is pretty cool.
Like that's like my new pump up jam is that Fett bum 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 bum.
That's the one, yeah.
It took me forever to realize they're actually saying Fett. You know?
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh, interesting.
When they do that, like ha, it's actually supposed to be Fett.
So they just shout his name?
Yeah.
It's like a hype song for him.
Right.
That's weird.
I kind of want that for me.
Rich.
Yeah. Rich. I don't know. I don't know how we're gonna do this.
You need a pump up song.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
I want something like that.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome. Anyway, we did that. And then movie-wise, I caught up on a movie, Spencer.
What's that?
Which is
I haven't heard of that one.
Princess Diana reimagining, if you will, of her psychological trauma that she faced during the last weekend that she was staying with Prince Charles. It's basically the weekend that she fully committed that she was going to divorce him.
Okay.
It's really interesting because the way it's filmed and edited, it's actually it says right in the beginning something like this is a nightmare based on factual, but this is a nightmare taken from a false story or something. Like it lets you know that like this is not actually what happened.
Okay.
But it is kind of significant to how like probably what she was feeling at the time.
Right.
So like it's weird. The film is actually shot like a horror movie, which I dug.
Weird.
Yeah, but it
You
works.
said this about Princess Diana?
Right. It's Princess. Yeah, right. When I describe this, it seems like things that do not add up.
Yeah, that's weird.
But I think that's what makes it kind of cool. Is like this is kind of a unique take into like what she must have been feeling, the pressure that she was dealing with, the fact that like she was married to Prince Charles, but Charles always had that thing with Camilla. Like he always that she was always, in that corner of the room.
You get, the side piece.
Yeah, and like she could never get over,
Yeah.
And it's the way the film is shot. It's shot like a horror movie. It's really eerie. It's like dark. It's almost like a mental thriller. It's really interesting. It was a very different way to tell the story, this story of Princess Diana.
Weird.
And I think it kind of works. I liked it. I was into it.
See, a movie about Princess Diana is not one that I'd be like, ooh, I got to watch that. Because, like, the royals, their whole shtick.
Yeah. And the whole reason I watched this, by the way, was because Kristen Stewart played Princess Diana. She was nominated for an Oscar.
For the role. Oh, okay. So you're brushing up on your...
I'm trying to brush up
Oscar.
on Oscars, yeah, because at some point we got to talk about Oscars.
That's a good point. We keep delaying it because we're both uncultured heathens.
Right,
We don't watch any of the nominations.
I know.
They're awful.
I know.
That's a conversation we'll get to another week. But.
Right, because we always have a discussion about what we're going to talk about. We've been punting on the Oscars because I think 9 out of the 10 movies has just been movies we haven't seen. So cross one off on me. I'm up to 8 now. 8 more.
Yay!
So I'm getting there. I'm working my way through.
Yeah. Well, we'll get there one day.
Yeah. Hopefully
before
the Oscars happen. Yeah.
Yeah. You got to see at least a couple. Right.
Right. So it was a very unique take. I liked it. It was shot like a horror movie. It was really bizarre. It was not what I was expecting.
Interesting. And Kristen Stewart played Princess Diana.
Yes.
Interesting choice.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So
What's it called?
if any of
Spencer?
that, yeah.
Okay.
I believe it's on FX right now. So or not Hulu. Sorry, Hulu. I'm still using channel names. I'm not a millennial. I'm a 60-year-old man trapped in a millennial body. I
You
swear.
really are.
Whoops. No, it's on Hulu. That's what I was trying to say. So if any of that interests you, go check that out. All right. Well, before we get into movies and stuff, the first part of the show that we do here on the Crispy Noodle Podcast revolves around sports. We call it the Sports Sampler.
So you're not good at sports. It's a very small part of life.
Sports. In your face. Ha ha!
Sports coming at you in your face, and we're going to hit a couple topics in 2 minutes or less with the 2-minute drill. You ready, Mike?
I'm ready.
All right. Clock is armed. Go.
All right. First up in the 2-minute drill, we have some rumors swirling about a former Philadelphia Eagle player. That's right. Carson Wentz may be on the outs with the Indianapolis Colts. Rumors
already.
1 year in, and already rumors are saying that the Colts are considering life after Wentz. They are seriously considering a change of the quarterback position, which is a big statement given the fact that it is not a deep quarterback draft, and they committed a fair bit of capital to Wentz in acquiring him.
With the draft pick, you mean?
Yeah, with the draft picks.
Because technically, if they jettison him within the next month,
well, they'd be saving money.
They save money.
Yeah. I think the Eagles got the better side of that deal.
Obviously, from the way this season has gone, yep.
Yeah. So we'll keep you guys updated. Wentz may be done, yeah?
Yeah, crazy.
Well, we'll see. Speaking of players who may be done and other former Philadelphia players, how about Ben Simmons?
Happened, of course. Happened, of course, right after we went live.
Do we want to make any other prophecies this week? Like,
yeah.
Do we have lottery numbers we want to give people?
Do you guys want something specific to happen? Let us know 2 weeks ahead of time. We will predict the opposite of that, and then it will happen. So just let us know.
It is weird. We're like, oh, yeah, we don't know if it's going to happen the very next day. Blockbuster trade.
Within the next, 10 hours after our podcast.
They didn't even give us, a full day.
No.
Those punks.
Yeah.
Well, let me give you the details, guys. The Sixers finally dealt Ben Simmons in a blockbuster deal with the Brooklyn Nets, trading Ben Simmons, Seth Curry, and Andre Drummond, plus 2 first-round picks for James Harden and, of course, Paul Millsap. I don't know who that is. Obviously, the big get here is James Harden.
Yes. This puts them right in the title picture. So I like the whole all-in approach, and we got rid of Ben Simmons. I think it was a move to do. I like it. And there you go. The buzzer sounding. What did you think of that? Because
the Ben Simmons move?
Yeah, because I think that's a move you have to make, I think.
Well, 2 things. 1, yeah, they had to make it. But also, 2, basketball is weird. Because I was looking at those first-round picks. It's like, one is, like protected.
Right.
It can be a first-round pick, and if it's not, then it becomes a first-round pick the next year. And if it's not a first-round pick that year, then they get $2 million in cash and something else. I'm like, what is happening in the NBA? Is it a pick or is it not a pick?
Well, the reason why is because there's the draft lottery.
Stupid.
What? Well, I mean, I don't know. Is
No,
it?
NBA is stupid.
Because right now the NFL is going to have some serious charges of throwing games coming at them in the wake of the Brian Flores scandal.
Yeah.
I don't know. I hate to say it, but the lottery may be the way to go to prevent teams from outright tanking.
I guess. Then you get teams like, what happens if the Jets never get like a top 10 pick and they just continue to suck
Sorry.
ad nauseum? I mean,
the Jets haven't won anything since Super Bowl III, so
no amount of top 10 picks is going to save that franchise.
Right. Would it really be that much of a change for them?
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. But this trade, I don't know, is James Harden. I mean, I know he's a good player, but he had problems with the Nets, didn't he? Or am I misunderstanding?
Yes, and he's getting older too. He's 32.
Philadelphia does this a lot. They're like, "Ooh, we acquired some like really good player, but like 5 years too late."
Well, I get the move because right now Joel Embiid is having an MVP year,
right?
And you need to put a piece next to him, not a piece that's going to pout 5,000 miles away.
Right, because the reality of it is that Ben Simmons wasn't even contributing.
Right.
So
You were
anything is
getting
better
zero.
than nothing. Right.
So, I think this is a move that the Sixers had to make. It's a final break, finally, to just get rid of Ben Simmons and have him go somewhere else and start new. It's just a clean slate now.
They had to give up a lot to get it done, but they got it done. So we'll see what that does for the Sixers in the coming weeks and months.
Yep.
One final topic real quick. We didn't get to it in the 2-minute drill, but we just got to touch on this a little bit because it is a developing story.
Oh, yeah.
And I know you want to get to this. The MLB is struggling to reach an agreement with their Players Association, I think.
Yes. And this is a big deal now this week.
Right.
This is a big milestone because pitchers and catchers were supposed to report this week. And alas, they are not because the MLB still is in lockout. This is kind of the first brick to fall, in terms of
this is what starts
getting worried.
The dominoes, where now they're going to have to delay spring training. That's going to delay the regular season.
So right now, depending on how long this goes, we're now talking about delaying spring training, which isn't the worst thing in the world.
Right.
But now we're talking about if they don't get a deal done now, probably by the end of the month.
Wild theory. We've talked about it right now. Do you know what's going to happen tomorrow?
Yeah, there you go. Bam! It's going to get solved. We just always predict the opposite is going to happen.
I'm just saying.
But I don't know. This seems very much like both of these sides are just tight with their lines in the sand.
Now, this has happened with baseball before, right?
It has, but there's a lot at stake in this one between how players are paid after COVID, between the whole rule changes. We're talking about universal designated hitter, which
I can imagine.
I'm kind of disappointed on, but it is what it is.
I think it should go the other way. Honestly, universal no designated hitter, but whatever.
Yeah, the American League won't like that.
Yeah, look, the NBA is dumb. Baseball's also dumb. They don't.
Yeah,
none of these leagues can agree to anything. I don't know what's going on with them.
You don't like any of them?
No, I don't like any of them. You know what my favorite league is? The National Football League.
Boy, wow, what a shocker. Yeah.
Hey, you know what? There's one big story we got to talk about that has the NFL square in its sights, and that's, of course...
What a shocker! There you go.
The big game itself.
Yeah, recapping the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I got to plead my apologies here because I said on the podcast, bank -4 on the Rams, and of course the Rams only win by a field goal. But I know where you're going to go with this. I know I couldn't predict Odell Beckham Jr. getting hurt and having a major ACL tear.
But you can't. It happens so early. You can't say for certain.
He was cooking early too, by the way.
That doesn't mean anything. An NFL game is 60 long minutes where anything can happen. Anything can happen.
It can. You're right.
So,
but I just think
it absolutely would have been tougher for the Bengals.
I think if Odell Beckham Jr. stayed on that field without the injury, and then if that blown call on Tyler Higbee was actually called for face mask,
Aaron Donald lined up offsides on the final play. Just saying.
What was up with the officiating on this?
I
was
don't know.
crazy.
All I'm saying is I don't want to hear if that game had gone the other way. People would have been like, pass interference. Nobody's saying offsides.
Yeah.
Just say
on the final
look,
play.
when we were watching the game, some people
So-
were saying, "Oh, that one call." I'm like, there's always one call on both sides.
How did the referee get?
Yeah, I don't know. For me, it was a sloppy defensive game. And did our stream go down?
No, I think we're fine.
Okay, sorry. I saw the
I
computer
know.
monitor.
I saw it too, and I was just like, "Uh-oh."
and we
No,
both
we're
kind
good.
of like stopped.
We're good. We're good.
It
Everything's
was-
fine. We're all fine here.
We're
now.
back.
Thank
It's
you.
okay. We're back. So it was a sloppy officiating game.
Just like our
It was-
feed.
Just like our feed. It's just third world Ambler internet. I don't
Yeah,
know
what
what's
is-
happening.
Ambler's letting us down here.
Just like the officiating did during the
Yeah.
Super Bowl. Let some people down. But it's like I predicted. It was going to be a defensive game, and I said it's going to be a defensive game, and it absolutely was. You have two of the best offenses, and sure enough, the game comes down to a field goal at near the end of the game.
Yeah.
So
I feel very bad because I was so close to being right on this and having a huge payday, but it just didn't go right for my -4 pick.
sorry, Rich.
Yeah. Hey, that's gambling.
Yeah.
You get those.
I mean, I had that
You
bad break.
had a bad break.
I had a bad break.
Yeah, you
Look,
did too.
my
Like, it all
my
happens.
opinion going into the game. This is turning into a gambling conversation.
Yeah.
But my opinion going into the game was these are both 4 seeds. They're basically very similar on paper. They're very evenly matched. One has more experience than the other. That notwithstanding, they have very similar makeups. So I put through my favorite bookie, Rich over here.
Yes, thank you.
Put a parlay on each team for certain outcomes to happen in case either team wins. So I didn't care who won, just as long as certain criteria were met.
Right. Long story short,
I missed a payout by 7 yards because
Yep.
Matt Stafford could not throw 290 yards. He threw 283 yards.
Yep. Yeah, if he had thrown 290, you would have got a nice payout.
I would have gotten a nice payout. But no, he had to
Yeah.
throw 283.
Yeah, we both had some gambling mishaps
Yeah.
on this year's Super Bowl, but hey, that's the way it goes.
That's
You
the
have
way the
some
cookie
fun.
crumbles, yeah.
It is gambling.
But let's talk about the game.
Going back to the game.
Going back to the game. It's kind of boring.
The first half I felt was.
Yeah.
I felt like I blinked and the first half was over.
Yeah. It was a very defensive-minded game. There was some amazing defense on display.
Yeah.
I mean, they were getting to both quarterbacks.
Don't forget the Bengals. Their first drive went for it on a 4th and 1 and got stopped.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huge defensive stop there.
Yeah. I mean, and the Bengals were shutting down Cooper Kupp for most of the game.
Yeah.
I know it's because OBJ was out, but I mean, even still, nobody was producing on either of those offenses, which is crazy because those offenses are pretty good. Jamar
Yeah.
Chase and Cooper Kupp and, you know.
Yep, but both defenses really stepped up in this one.
Biggest takeaway, though,
Yep.
more than the Rams winning, which is impressive. And I know they say they want to repeat, which is going to be really tough. But we'll see how that goes because they have no draft capital.
Yeah, they got to run with this
As
offseason.
the Eagles proved in 2017, you can bring the same roster into the next season and completely whiff because you need those young players coming in. So we'll see on that. The biggest
Tampa Bay too.
Tampa Bay as well. Same exact
roster. Couldn't do it.
But bigger than that point, the Bengals are like 2 offensive linemen away from winning the
Yes.
Super Bowl.
Yes. Yeah, I will.
If
yes.
they had like a solid left tackle, that game is so different.
100% right. And going all the way back to the draft, I know that Jamar Chase is an electrifying wide receiver, but when we had our coverage, when we did this live during the draft and they picked Jamar Chase, I was shocked. I was like, you're kidding me? After Joe Burrow got leveled and had his ACL tear, you didn't invest in the offensive line?
I didn't realize that they threw the stat up during the game. He was the most sacked quarterback, and statistically, he is the most. He is what is it like? A quarterback who's been sacked as much as him has never made it to
This far in the
that
playoffs.
far because
Yeah.
typically, if you're getting sacked 4 or 5 times a game, you usually don't make it into the playoffs.
Yeah.
So
The Bengals were an anomaly.
they were an anomaly all season, and so if they can just get 1 or 2 players on that offensive line, they were atrocious. Like I know Aaron Donald and that defensive line are good, but they're not super. It's not 4 Supermen on that line. You know, if you
seemed
have,
like it.
it seemed like it was like every single play. It was just like, okay, let's just lay down and let's get the turnstile spinning.
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, I think if you are the Bengals GM, you prioritize above all else. You get somebody on the left, you get somebody on the right, and you hope that the guys in between can hold their ground.
No, you're not far off, and absolutely, you're right. If they can get an offensive line or two,
Just 1 or 2 guys.
yeah. Here you go. Here's the stat I wanted to put up for you.
Okay.
Joe Burrow was sacked 70 times this
Did you
season.
say 70?
70.
Holy hell!
So, yeah,
And and I think that was probably the most by a wide margin. I don't know who number 2 is.
It's according to my research, third most in NFL history.
Wow.
So yeah, you're not
And
usually
he came within 3 points of
winning the Super Bowl. Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, usually you don't make it this far when you're getting sacked that much. So
No.
the Bengals need to reinvent that offensive line because it is
Yeah.
not working.
They got the quarterback who can do it.
They got the quarterback.
They got the
wide receiver.
That defense is shockingly potent.
Yeah.
Like they have some really good defensive players. It's just that line. It goes to show how tough football is. You need every single position firing on all cylinders. You can't really. Sometimes you can win with a game manager at quarterback or a running back by committee, but you need
the offensive line. You can't.
You need everybody to be at least above average or better. It is a true team sport. If one of the cogs isn't working, like that offensive line,
Yeah.
you just
Your opponent takes advantage of it.
yeah.
That's-
So
Yep. Football is a chess game.
if I'm the Bengals GM, 31 overall, offensive line,
Yeah, whatever it is, whoever it
and
is,
then 60,
just help,
and then 63 overall,
help, offensive
line,
and then
90 some overall,
93rd
offensive line.
Help,
One of them is going to work.
help! Somebody has to work.
Yeah.
What do you guys
So,
do something?
I was just shocked and appalled. I'm like this poor kid. Like he is trying to win a Super Bowl, and these offensive linemen are like I could have gone out there and probably done only marginally worse.
Yeah. So
If I had fallen over and flailed, I could have done a better job of tripping up these defenders.
right, and you're not getting paid hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Right.
So
So-
right. So there you go, Super Bowl in the books. But after the Rams have their parade, that's it. We are now in the non-playing season of the NFL.
Right, which is what they call it now because
Yeah.
they want NFL 24,
They don't-
which I'm a fan of. Let's go all
They
year
don't.
round.
They don't call it an off season anymore. It
It's
is
a
the non-playing season for football.
Yeah.
Everybody resets to 0-0. Do you have
Yep.
any early sense on who you think is a Super Bowl?
The Philadelphia Eagles going to go all the no. Probably the Chiefs.
Okay, very important. Chiefs again.
Chiefs again. I mean, the teams that were
Are
there.
you sure? Because this is the year that Mahomes'
contract
takes into effect.
So, wait, are you saying to win the Super Bowl or just good to
Super Bowl. Why not?
Super Bowl?
This is the way too early
the
prediction.
way too early prediction?
Yeah, ridiculous. Way too early. If you want to blow $5, who you gonna place it on right now?
Okay.
I don't know.
The Bills again.
Yeah, Bills.
I think the Bills still have some staying power. Tennessee has to make a decision about Ryan Tannehill. The Ravens are always kind of just there recently. Like I feel like teams are starting to figure out Lamar Jackson. The Steelers don't have a quarterback. The AFC South is basically outside the Titans is just a joke.
Yep.
The AFC West, obviously you have the Chiefs, but you're right, that contract could come to bear this season. The Chargers, maybe not to win the Super Bowl, but they could surprise this year. Justin Herbert feeling a little bit more comfortable. Maybe they get a couple pieces. I like the Bills though. The Bills are coming back with pretty much, they have a potential come back with the same team, reevaluate things.
Yeah.
They'll be in the hunt, and the Bengals again. I mean, there's no reason to think that the Bengals,
Nope.
if they get like one or two offensive linemen, they should be able to compete.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say I'd like the Bengals. Like if the Bengals can just get whether it's free agency or the draft, get that key offensive line put together.
I mean, think about their road to the Super Bowl. They beat the 1 and the 2 seed. I know you said Tennessee didn't deserve to be a 1 seed, but like they have talent.
Yeah.
You don't go 13-4 without talent. Or 14. I don't know what they were.
Stupid 17 games.
Stupid 17 games. The NFC side of the ball, That's
Yeah, I don't
that's a
know.
little tougher. It's a little bit more nebulous. I mean, obviously, the knee-jerk reaction is to say the Rams, right?
Yeah.
To repeat, the Packers are always going to be a threat if Rodgers stays. I think it's whoever Rodgers and or Wilson goes to. If they
Yeah,
go,
Wilson could be on the
if
move.
they go to an NFC team, Wilson could definitely be on the move. Like, say I hear it online, and I'm like, don't.
Giants.
Well, Giants or Eagles are like apparently he's looking at the NFC East, and that would leave.
I mean, look, that's a smart move. It's a weak division.
It's a weak division. You could totally cakewalk your way to a division win. Well, unless Dallas has anything to say about it, but I think Wilson with one of those other NFC East teams could easily take it. But that's the rumor that I hear is NFC East. So whoever gets Wilson or Rodgers, what happens because now Kyler Murray doesn't like what's happening in Arizona, he could be on the move too. You have lots of quarterbacks moving in the NFC all of a sudden.
Yep, it could be a true quarterback carousel this non-playing season.
Yeah. So the NFC is up for grabs, I think.
All right. Well, there you go. A couple of predictions there. But yeah, unfortunately, Mike, that's it. That's the end of football for you.
So it goes.
No more football. So we got to talk about stuff like the baseball lockout, basketball,
golf.
and golf. Yes. We're about a month.
Is it the Masters?
Month and a half away from the Masters. Yep.
The Masters.
So yeah, the Masters
On
CBS. Yes, coming soon. I cannot wait.
Oh, watch the way he strikes his ball with his club.
Can we please be quiet? I want to hear the grass grow.
There it goes. Greener than ever.
Very good. Yes,
So,
yes, yes.
we'll be back with thrilling golf coverage.
Yes, there you go.
Pretty
We'll have
soon,
that
yeah.
soon. Yeah, this is not the. I know. I like the torture Mike because this is not his favorite time of the year coming up.
You know what though? I like it still though because I get to play super dumb and just go along for the ride.
All right, there you go. Put that on the back of your shirt.
Yeah.
I just play super dumb and go
Play
for the
super
ride.
dumb and go along for the ride.
All right. Well, in the meantime, we got to take a quick break. But coming up next, we got a lot of entertainment news and then the non-fortune cookie odd news heading your way. Plenty more shows still to come on this live episode. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here on the Crispy Noodle Podcast.
Ready for the weekend? Happy Friday. Hi, my name's Marie, and I'm an artist who's been making Happy Friday doodles every week for over 7 years. And now you can own my art collection in this Volume 1 and Volume 2 art series. These doodles span across multiple themes, yearly festivities, various countries, languages, and more. Both coffee table books have something for everyone and are the perfect conversation starter or gift for a friend. Really, anyone who enjoys a good weekend. Available on Amazon, Ingram, BookBaby, Barnes & Noble, and more. Visit happyfridaydoodles.com/books and get your copies today. Let's celebrate the best day of the week. Happy Friday.
If you go to Taco Bell at 3 a.m, this is what you're going to get. Yeah,
That clip is already coming into play.
yes,
I love it.
already. So there you go.
Stop.
What happened?
The thing went on.
Well, how did that turn on? That was
I don't
weird.
know. The fart sound.
The fart sound turned Amazon on?
I think the fart sound turned on my Echo.
What the
I
hell?
don't know. It turned on.
What are you doing, Jeff Bezos? What are you into?
Basically, he's listening to fart sounds.
He's listening to our fart sounds. Oh, my God.
I changed the trigger word to fart. I got to fart at it now. I don't know what happened.
That's really awkward. You're going to have to... Excuse me.
Excuse me. How can I help you?
You may need some bowel.
Do you want me to automatically order you Pepto-Bismol? I don't know why. I don't know why I'm talking to it solely through farts now.
It actually, you fart into it.
Fart
and-
once for yes and twice for no.
No. Actually, you fart into the device, and then
Yeah.
Amazon can determine
what
what
you-
medicine you need.
Oh, right. Wow. That's next level right there. Or what you've been eating and what you want to reorder.
Oh.
I detect Cheetos. Would you like to subscribe?
Would you like a bulk order of Cheetos?
Ooh, yes, please.
Cheetos ordered.
Cheetos. That story took a turn.
Yeah.
Cheetos ordered.
Okay. All right. There you go. The latest from Jeff Bezos and Amazon.
It's amazing technology, I tell you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're back here on the Crispy Noodle Podcast. Coming back in with the Barry music because Barry's coming back. End
When?
of April.
Wait, really?
Yep.
That's like almost right now.
Yeah, it's coming up. I knew that would make you happy, Mike.
Shows come out of nowhere anymore.
Yep. Bam. Just launching in your face.
Oh man, I gotta rewatch. Ooh, maybe I'll convince Jordan to watch the first 2 seasons.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I think it is as well. Bill Hader is awesome.
It's so good. The perfect blend of comedy, action, drama. It's like literally go watch it, guys. Like,
Yeah.
everybody go watch it. And they're only half-hour
great-
episodes,
and
right?
Yeah, and great theme music too, because I love coming back with that music.
It's one
Changed the
of
world.
my favorite transitions.
Yes.
Is when you do the Barry music.
So there you go. I thought that was a double whammy for you, Mike. I thought you would love it.
That it warms the cockles of my heart here. And what?
Did you burp on that last?
No, I just,
My heart. I want to replay that. That was
it was not a burp. I was just trying to remember the word. But
my heart.
last week I did.
Kickstart my heart.
Last week I did burp when I was trying to do the odd news
Go
intro.
get that.
Remember that?
Kickstart my heart. Kickstart my
I
heart.
say yeah, man.
Oh, I gotta replay that.
I have to replay. It was not a burp. It sounded like it, but it
sounded
was
like a
not. It was
burp.
not a burp.
For Valentine's Day. Here's my
What?
heart. I love you with all my heart.
With all my heart.
You should do that voice reading Valentine's Day cards.
Oh. Will you be mine? I don't know.
Except my heart.
Except my heart. It only works with heart.
Yeah, that's really what it
Heart.
works for. All right. Anyway, the whole
Anyway.
point of that was Barry's coming back, and Mike's going to be excited. We're both excited. I love the show too.
Barry's
As well.
awesome. So
very excited for that. So I didn't realize we didn't officially launch Entertainment Entree. So first, let's officially launch Entertainment Entree right now.
And now, the latest in movies.
The Simpson guy writes to movies. Dear Die Hard, you rock. Especially when that guy was on the roof.
Music.
I know what that is. That's music.
Video games.
I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite store on the Citadel.
Celebrities.
You really know Warren Beatty?
Yes, I do. I took a leak next to him once at the Golden Globes.
And more.
You were the all singing, all dancing crap at the world.
This is the Entertainment Entree.
All right, Entertainment Entree officially has been engaged. And now we can get to the portion of the show that I kind of tried to do for a little bit there. See, when I try to do it, everything goes off the rails. That's why
right.
it has to be Mike, dedicated to his craft.
Thank
to,
you.
To let everybody know what is officially coming up this weekend with movies and music, video games, things that you should know that are coming up this weekend in the segment Mike's This Week in Entertainment. All right, what should they keep an eye out for?
Well, in theaters this week, Uncharted is coming to theaters, of course, based on the best-selling PlayStation exclusive. This adaptation comes with star talent featuring Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg and tons of other big-name actors and actresses. But it wasn't enough to lift it critically and commercially. It's already looking like it might be a little bit lackluster in both departments. But this is still a promising movie for what it indicates in Sony's shift to start tapping their video game catalog for film and TV. So this is the first of many productions that they have planned in the works, from Ghost of Tsushima to The Last of Us and a whole bunch of other properties. So I hope we continue to see this trend just a little bit better. But I, for one, as an Uncharted fan, I might go check it out.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed that Mark Wahlberg is Sully.
He's not.
That's a big no-no.
Yeah, big no-no. Big no-no.
Yeah, so I think this one might be one I wait till it comes out on streaming.
Yeah, so there you go. If you guys want to check it out in theaters, Uncharted, it's like a poor man's Indiana Jones.
Yeah, but it was fun on as a video game.
It's a fun video game.
Yeah.
Maybe not a movie.
Right.
We'll see. But if you're not heading out to the theaters, stay in and watch these incredible TV shows coming back. Marvelous Mrs. Maisel returns to Amazon Prime for season 4. The award-winning period comedy is back with its non-stop, smart and witty writing and period set pieces and themes. It is a fantastic show. If you haven't watched it, definitely go check it out. The writing is brilliant. The acting is brilliant. It is just so much fun from top to bottom. Have you laughing the entire time. But if you don't want to laugh, you want something a little darker, something brand spanking new, check out Severance on Apple TV Plus, and this looks really cool. Adam Scott from Parks and Rec leads the cast in this dystopian thriller. He is the head of a team of office workers who, as part of their job, have to undergo a surgical procedure to separate their work memories from their personal memories. So they are literally, like the title says, severing the two halves of their lives, where they cannot remember work at home and they cannot remember home at work. And this becomes a problem when a former coworker, work friend, shows up to confront him about the truth of what they're working on in that office. And it's really, really cool. The trailer, like, think about, like, bumping.
It sounds like the Memento. It sounds like Memento meets The Office.
Kind of, yeah. A little bit. So I am super intrigued. The trailer makes it look appropriately dark and thrilling and mind-twisting. So go check it out, Severance, on Apple TV Plus. And finally, in video games, this is the big news. Horizon Forbidden West is coming out this week on PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4. This is a Sony exclusive. It is the highly anticipated sequel to one of PlayStation's best new franchises. The Horizon franchise smartly returns humans to a prehistoric tribal state after our modern world collapses, leaving only remnants of our advanced civilization, including ruins of famous landmarks and animal-like machines who are ordered by rogue AIs to watch over the world. The game picks up months after the original as players journey westward to learn about a mysterious corruption that's threatening the lands and the machines and the people who live there. So go check out Horizon Forbidden West. It's already got a 90 out of 100 on Metacritic, doing really, really well. It should be fantastic and be in conversations for Game of the Year at the end of the year. So if you have a PlayStation console, go check that out. That's what we're looking forward to this week in entertainment.
All right, there you go, Mikey. Thank you for that segment this week in entertainment. All right, we got more video game news to tackle.
Yeah, just two quick updates on stories that we've covered in the past. So first up, we talked about Microsoft acquiring Activision Blizzard, which is one of the biggest publishers and developers in gaming right now. People were very concerned after acquiring Activision Blizzard, what's going to happen in games like Call of Duty, Overwatch, World of Warcraft, all these big, huge games that people love to play all the time. Activision came out and said, and Microsoft also iterated that Activision games will remain multi-platform after current deals run out. And this is important because they didn't say, you know, only certain games are going to remain multi-platform or the current games will remain multi-platform. They specifically said after current contracts expire. So that means, you know, Sony right now has a deal for 3 years for Call of Duty. So after that, they will continue to be multi-platform. This is important because now PlayStation and Nintendo fans can keep experiencing those games. It also is a shift from what Microsoft said previously about Bethesda, and it's also echoing what PlayStation said about Bungie games. So you see these two big publishers basically, allowing their first-party studios to make third-party games, which is, I think, pretty cool.
Yeah, I not to say I told you so, but I told you so. I thought that was going to be
there's more
the
money.
message.
Yeah,
there's more money
there's more
in
money.
keeping it multi-platform.
Software is the money, and they both realize that. And now, they both have their first-party titles to draw people to the console, and then they have the big Call of Duties and Destinies to rake in the cash.
Yep. Make more money.
Make more money. Well,
that trumps all.
That's what Netflix is hoping to do by leaning into video games for sources of inspiration. When they announced this, and this is huge, I know you're really excited for it, I'm really excited for it, they are actively producing a BioShock film. That's right. BioShock, which has long been in Hollywood film production hell, will finally see its way to the big screen, but on a smaller screen. But this, I think, is better.
Yes,
for
I think
BioShock.
so too. I think this is the way to go for BioShock. Netflix would not have any problems creating mature content. You can expand the story. There's no time limit. You don't need to make it a 2 or 3 hour movie. Literally make this, a 7, 8, 9, 10 episode miniseries.
Yeah, make it a huge, big saga and really take the time to tell the story.
Yeah, and I mean, they have a proven track record with The Witcher.
Yep.
Which I wasn't even really I wasn't a huge fan of The Witcher.
You actively dislike fantasy.
Yeah, and I gave The Witcher a shot and I liked it.
Yeah.
So, they've got a good track record here. I trust them fully. I like this announcement.
Netflix usually does pretty good stuff. Their video game stuff has been pretty good. So I am ready for BioShock on Netflix. Super excited for that.
Yeah, that would be just a hell of a way to experience BioShock once again.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's just a few quick video game story updates for you guys. We'll keep you guys posted on stories as they develop. But we got to get to some of the bigger topics here, and I want to shift back to new announcements, but just a little bit more in depth. We have some trailer talk here.
Trailer talk, woo!
Woo, trailer. We love trailer talk here. 2 big trailers premiered during the Super Bowl.
Yes.
2,
ironically, more Super Bowl.
Right, exactly. It all goes back to the NFL, I'm telling you, man.
Yes,
it's
it does.
Best sport.
Just casually throw that in there.
The best sport.
Well, Major League Baseball isn't doing anything.
But you know what?
So.
One of the best film franchises was
not Major League Baseball.
Not Major League Baseball. Was Lord of the Rings, though.
Yep.
And Lord of the Rings and Amazon debuted the official trailer for Rings of Power, the new television series that's coming out on Amazon Prime. Amazon spent a buttload of cash on the rights to make this show. They're going full in on it, Game of Thrones style. The trailer didn't reveal too much. Some interesting characters and different, set pieces and locations. There's been a lot of news. There's going to be things that fans have been wanting to see, like female dwarfs. I know that probably sounds weird to you, Rich, but think about whenever you've seen a dwarf in fantasy. It's always been, like a big burly male with the beard.
Well, I got to say, that's not actually that far-fetched. I mean, because, one of the reasons that I know my fiance Rachel, she'll never watch Lord of the Rings, is because there really isn't any female strong characters in the universe.
So this might be right up her alley because it's actually sadly part of the backlash. There's a lot of female characters in this TV show, which if you know fantasy and sci-fi nerds online, typically is a problem with them.
Yeah.
So, which is an entirely different conversation.
Oh, is this getting Last Jedi'd?
Perhaps. I mean, people are already like, why is there a female dwarf and why does she look beautiful? It's like,
why
dude,
does this keep happening with our franchises?
I don't know.
It's like you guys.
I might be.
It's like we go through a hell, then you go through a hell, then we can share our hellish experience.
It's because there's a bunch of backwards idiots online. But here's the thing: I might be oversimplifying it. I don't know why people are pissed off. I just know some people are pissed off that there's a female dwarf. It doesn't bother me. I'm interested to see more of the world, and this is what I wanted to get to with this trailer: is that it really is showing a lot of the world, big, huge vista landscapes like the films are known for. They're not going to focus on the films. So everybody who's wondering, it's going to be set hundreds of years, I think millennia before the films. So they're tapping into the deep lore and history of the Lord of the Rings to tell a whole bunch of different stories where they can be completely free with creativity. You're not bound by the books or the films.
So this is basically Star Wars of the Old Republic. Knights of the Old Republic.
Yes.
For Lord of the Rings.
Yes, and that's why, this is why I'm always so hype about shows like this, because it's an opportunity to see how things got to where they were. But it's not a prequel. It's just pure lore, world building, like stories that are happening outside of the main story, which I find really interesting. I want to hear those tangential tales. What are the other folk doing when there's a huge epic adventure going on? Because there's a whole world outside
potatoes.
of what?
They're eating potatoes.
They're eating potatoes. They're just sitting around. Boy, I wonder how that war against good and evil's going. I'm just eating potatoes.
Yep.
Potatoes.
Yeah, I thought you would like that. I made a potato reference.
Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew.
Right.
Potatoes are very important to Lord of the Rings.
Right. That's why I tossed a potato in your corner. I thought
did.
you would like it.
I like a potato.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you for the potato.
Give me some dap.
Give me some dap. What? You old man.
I'm bringing that back.
Okay, sure. I thought it was from the 50s. It wasn't from the 50s, but it sounds like something somebody from the 50s would say.
Give me some dap.
Give me some dap.
I'm bringing that back.
Anyway. So, yeah, I'm really excited for the Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power. It looks like it's going to be huge and epic.
Is that the official name? Like you have to say Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power?
Yeah, they could have picked a better title.
Yeah.
They definitely could have picked a better title.
That's a lot of rings.
It's a lot of rings. They could have just done the Rings of Power.
Yeah.
Like, why do they need the Lord? Because people need to know it's the Lord of the Rings. Why do they call
it's the Lord of the Rings.
Look, man, you gotta mark it to the least common denominator. Damn, Rich.
There's a ring. Is it the same one?
You're so aggressive towards the Lord of the Rings right now. You're just coming for it.
I'm sorry, I just find that funny.
The title, look, the title is dumb. The title is dumb. I agree. As a Lord of the Rings fan, the title is dumb.
There you go.
But let's move on to the next trailer, and this is the one that I think we'll talk the most about because you have a vested interest in this universe.
Yes.
The MCU is getting bigger and more wild with Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
Yes, this trailer was pretty kick-ass. I love this on Super Bowl Sunday. This movie is looking
There's
like
so
it's gonna
much potential.
Yeah, it's gonna break a whole lot of boundaries, and anything's possible. It seems like they're opening up all these doors and weird ether-like environments when they cross universes. I don't know. This seems right up my alley. So I'm interested to see how this movie goes. I'm very curious.
Yeah, same. And I am interested in it because it is admittedly a little overly convenient and coincidental, but it is a super easy way to bring in those properties that Disney purchased when they acquired Fox, i.e. the X-Men, Deadpool, Fantastic Four. I know it's kind of like, it's kind of silly,
and
but
there is a strong rumor that Deadpool's in this movie.
There's a strong rumor that Deadpool is in the movie, as well as Professor X.
Yep.
The voice you hear when Doctor Strange is being brought in front of, everybody assumes it's Marvel's Illuminati. That's what they're called, like multiverse versions or variants of big characters like Professor X, Deadpool, other people. When he's brought in front of the Illuminati, they think that voice that you hear is Professor X from the X-Men.
Yep.
Which would be amazing if they de-aged Patrick Stewart and brought him into the MCU. And also just maybe I want them to do it. If they're going to do it, don't toy around with it. Just do it. The multiverse is broken. Bring everybody in.
Yeah.
I know it seems overly convenient and coincidental.
While you're at it, throw Boba Fett in there.
Boba Fett. He's not doing anything.
Yeah. Literally, just take Patton Oswalt's rambling suggestion online and just make that a reality.
Yeah, exactly.
Here comes Slave One.
Right. Look, it's Disney owns both of them.
Yeah, why not?
It's the multiverse. Who's to say?
Yeah. Slave One sees Deadpool on scope.
Just comes in and just bring them all in. But I also want to get to some of the other references. I don't know if you noticed the robots bringing Doctor Strange in front of the Illuminati were the Ultron robots. So,
I didn't know that.
Right. So people are saying there's going to be a variant version of Iron Man. And now this is where it gets a little weird, where I don't know if I fully believe it. They're saying that Tom Cruise has long been rumored to be appearing in a
Yes,
Marvel
I
movie.
did hear this. Yep.
And that he only wanted to appear if he could appear with a helmet that shows his face. The variant version of Iron Man, I think it's like Supreme Iron Man or whatever, specifically wears a suit that doesn't have a helmet.
There you go.
So I'm just saying, like, a lot of things are weirdly linking up.
And guess what? Top Gun 2 is coming out around the same time.
What a perfect way to promote the other movie.
Yes, Tom Cruise month.
So we also see a ton of other references from specifically the What If animated series as well, which I've not watched, which now makes me think I need to watch it because we see zombie variants of MCU characters. We see Captain Britain's shield or Captain Carter, the British version of Captain America. We see that shield briefly. We see potentially a different version of Captain Marvel in the trailer. There's so many little flashes and so many little things and Easter eggs that people are picking out. They're saying that the one universe that Doctor Strange falls through looks animated. So, could they bring in like actual animated characters? There's just so many possibilities. And I do not care if it's ham-fisted. Now's your chance to bring everybody back in under the Marvel banner. So
Yes.
Rich is so excited. He's just punching his microphone over
I
there.
was so excited.
He's
that
like,
I was,
pow!
This is how you know this is a live show. Random.
Just knocking stuff over.
Very excited. Ah!
I mean, it is very exciting, though.
I just had a Brock Lesnar moment because I just tie this into something else that I saw. Brock Lesnar was on Pat McAfee's show, and he did something similar where like he was doing something like being angry Brock Lesnar.
Right.
And he punched the table with the microphone on it, and everything went down. It was just like, bam!
That's why
I almost did that.
That's why I have this boom mic.
I,
so
almost,
I can't
I had a Brock Lesnar moment. I was about to take
just
out this whole damn table.
taking everything down because you knock the microphone over onto the computer. It hits one of the buttons that stops the broadcast. Corrupts the feed. Yeah, it's just it would be
Everything
a disaster.
could have been shot to hell right
Yeah.
there. But no,
so, yeah.
speaking of things that randomly happen in the universe, there's also Madam Web.
That, folks, is when you try to transition to a topic you know nothing about.
Yes, I don't. So Mike, help me.
So I will inform you about Madam
Before
Web.
I punch this microphone. man.
So Madam Web is a character in the Spider-Man universe. Typically, traditionally depicted as like this frail, elderly, like mystical woman. But the importance of Madam Web, and Sony is now doing a Madam Web spin-off movie, is that her psychic powers and her ability to manipulate the multiverse in a sort of way. So Madam Web, at least in the cartoon series, was the character that brought multiple Spider-Men into Spider-Man's universe to fight the Secret Wars. I don't know if they're going to go and do that, but the key here, folks, is that Madam Web is heavily involved in the multiverse. Like, she is a multiversal character.
So this is a perfect timing with Doctor Strange.
Exactly. And this is what I had talked about in previous podcasts. There's way too much money to be made for Sony to snatch Spider-Man away from the MCU. But they still want Spider-Man. So here's what's going to happen. We saw in Venom 2, Venom left a piece of the symbiote behind in the MCU. So clearly Sony's like completely chill with giving the MCU the option to add a Venom character later on. Not the Tom Hardy one, but a Venom character. Madam Web on the Sony side, maybe Marvel's like, you can also have Spider-Man. Not our Tom Holland, but a Spider-Man. And Madam Web is the way to do that. On the MCU side, we just had No Way Home. Spoiler alert.
Uh-oh. Should I play spoiler
Play
music?
the spoiler music because it's hard to talk about.
It's a spoiler! Ooh, it's a spoiler! Don't listen! Go away!
All right, so spoiler if you didn't see No Way Home.
Spoiler alert if you haven't seen No Way Home. Obviously, it deals with multiple Spider-Men and the multiverse. Tom Holland is also rumored to appear in Multiverse of Madness. So we have Spider-Man in 2 multiversal films. We have Madam Web on the other side. We have Venom dropping a piece of the symbiote in the MCU. We're seeing a lot of handshaking and trading, right? It's also weird that just separate from the films, in general Hollywood reporting and news, there's been a huge amount of press about Andrew Garfield specifically. Like, everybody kind of forgot about Tobey Maguire. Everyone's talking about, like, oh, how funny it is that Andrew Garfield had to lie and he had to keep his secret, and he almost revealed the secret, and Tom Holland apologized to Andrew Garfield for stealing the role from him, and Tom Holland's like, oh, I'd love it if he came back as Spider-Man, and Andrew Garfield's like, yeah, it was great being that character again because I never got to finish his trilogy. There's a lot of press about Andrew Garfield specifically. Do you see where I'm going with this?
So Andrew Garfield could be the Spider-Man for the Sony universe.
It was weird how much they focused on Andrew Garfield and his character's emotional struggle in No Way Home.
Yeah, he was definitely the second Spider-Man featured, and then Tobey.
Right? So all I'm saying here is that
and Tobey's too old at this point.
And Tobey's too old. All I'm saying is that I foresee a universe in which Sony gave Marvel the symbiote, and Marvel is going to not allow, because Sony owns the right to Spider-Man, but like they're kind of teaming up to create a way in which both universes can have Venom and Spider-Man and not conflict with each other. The benefit here, people are saying, why won't they just take Spider-Man back? Because they can have their own Spider-Man movies, make a buttload of cash, and continue to license the character to Disney and make $2 billion at the box office and not have to do anything.
Now, do you worry about the risk of any sort of over
saturation?
Saturation, yeah.
It depends on how they use these characters. So already they're making another Tom Holland trilogy, or they're actively working on at least a Spider-Man 4. So we're getting a lot of Spider-Man in Hollywood the next decade. So we know what MCU is doing. We don't yet know what Sony is planning to do, if they do anything with Spider-Man. Is he going to get his own trilogy, his own franchise? Is he going to be just one character in many? Because right now they're building up the Rogues Gallery. They have the Venom movie, they have the Morbius movie, they have all of the Madam Web movie. They're putting into place all of these things around Spider-Man, but he's not been in any of them. So I don't know if they're building up to a franchise or if they're just going to have him exist in that universe. I think they would want to do a franchise. For me personally, I don't see it being an oversaturation because I love Spider-Man.
Yes, you don't.
But for the common moviegoer, to have two separate Spider-Man franchises might be a bit much. So there might have to be a little bit of strategic planning around these film studios about how they release these films. Maybe Spider-Man takes more of a backseat role in the MCU movies. Maybe his new trilogy is going to bridge the multiverse. Maybe he's hopping back and forth so they're not like duplication of efforts. But that is a risk. You're right. That is a good point. It is a risk. There could be oversaturation. Right now, I don't think that they see that as a problem. Because think about how Iron Man and Captain America were literally in every single MCU movie in some way, shape, or form. Like, they were just like ever present in everything, right? And
during that like era between like Avengers and Avengers 2, yeah.
Yeah, and nobody had a problem with that. So they're really testing how much people are willing to accept. And Disney's really pushing it because they had all of the Disney Plus shows, which everybody happily watched and raved about. So I think there is still space left in the tank to keep filling it up. I think that as long as people keep consuming it, they're going to keep producing it. And I think it's a unique situation in which we have still not at this point gotten enough. The first Iron Man movie came out in 2007, and people are still, blowing out these movie theaters with crazy ticket sales.
Yep.
Like, if it was going to be oversaturated at some point in the last 15 years,
it would have happened by now.
Don't you think it would have happened? So we'll see. Maybe too much of one character might do it, but I don't see it. I don't see it happening.
All right. Well, we'll see if Mike's favorite superhero established himself in not just one movie universe, but two.
It's about time. Every sport should be football, and every superhero should be Spider-Man.
All right. Let's not go too crazy off the deep end here. Although I just criticized you about too many Spider-Man. We're having too many Batman coming up soon with...
Yeah. What the heck is up with that?
Yeah. DC. I don't know. Instead, let's focus on other things that are odd with the non-fortune cookie odd news.
We've been talking about cool and its ramifications and how it applies to the hip scene. But maybe you could give us some examples now of the opposite of cool, uncool. Just exactly what is uncool?
My nipples look like milk duds.
Holy shnikes.
It's time for the non-fortune cookie odd news.
It's not of this world. I don't know exactly what it is or what it's doing, but this is not human intelligence, okay? It's not human intelligence we're facing!
How you doing?
Me? I'm doing great.
Manda de bastata. I don't make this stuff up.
I'll take a pound of nuts.
That's a lot of nuts. That'll be $4, baby. You want fries with that? I seen the celery dance across the baseball fields.
You had me at meat tornado.
No, go past this part. In fact, never play this again.
Okay. What does that mean?
And now it's time for the non-fortune cookie odd news.
So sit back, get everything you need to get from the kitchen. Be sure and empty the bladders. Go to the bathroom because you're in for a hell of a ride.
Woo! Odd news.
That's right, everyone. It's time for the non-fortune cookie odd news. Here in this segment, Rich researches the news, he reads the news, and I react to the news. He finds a weird and wacky story and keeps it hidden from me, which ensures that my reactions are my genuine gut reactions to hearing this story for the very first time. I don't know what's about to happen. You guys don't know what's about to happen. And even Rich doesn't know what's about to happen because these stories always take us down wacky and wild paths. And I'm ready to get started where we head into today in the odd news.
Yeah, this is definitely a weird one. I don't think we've had too many stories in this state.
Okay.
But this one, we are going to Utah.
Yeah, I don't think we have.
Is this Utah anything?
Yeah, there you go. I was trying to play a clip from Wild Wild West.
Is this Utah anything?
Yeah. Utah. Where is this Utah?
Is this Utah anything?
There you go.
Okay, so...
you know what's funny is I really think if you put a gun to my head, I think I could come up with a sound clip from each of the 50 states if I had to.
Probably.
So,
I mean, you should at some point because the odd news.
So, but here you go. I got Utah for you.
Is this Utah anything?
Where is this Utah? So, there you go.
That's such an odd... Wild... Did you say Wild Wild West?
Yeah.
My God. That is the most obscure... There was nothing more relevant or timely. Wild Wild West was the one?
What else besides Utah? I don't know. I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
Utah.
So what is happening in Utah?
All right. So this one will be a relatively quick story because this is one of those stories the headline kind of gives it all away. I'll try and build it up a little bit here as we talk about 27-year-old Victor Chavez Zuniga.
Okay.
Hyphenated catastrophe of a name here.
Oh, my gosh.
Victor Chavez Zuniga was driving about 2 miles from his residence in Orem, which is a city 45 miles south of Salt Lake City, when he was pulled over for a broken headlight. The cop then ran his record, and it turned up that he had several active warrants. So obviously not good. It stemmed from failures to appear in court for a hearing related to a prior felony fraud conviction. So not good. He's a fugitive on the run then at that point.
Yeah, not good.
He was handcuffed, placed into custody. That's when they decided to search him.
Okay.
And during that time, they found his wallet. And at that point, the cop opened up the wallet, and a cloth wrap fell off with a severed finger in it.
Not a finger!
Yes!
It was a finger!
Not a finger!
Can you imagine this? Like, it just seems like a regular, routine stop. All right, he didn't appear in court. All right, he's not violent. Let's bring him in.
Right.
Check his wallet, and then boom, wallet falls, or out of the wallet falls a freaking finger.
Not a finger!
Can you imagine that?
I'm so concerned. How did he acquire? Was it his finger?
No, he has all. No, he's fine. He's got his fingers. He's got his 10 fingers. He's fine. It wasn't his.
How old was the finger?
Yeah, that's when this gets a little disgusting. Because upon closer inspection of the severed finger, the finger itself, the flesh on it, was turning green, and the fingernail was starting to decay, and a foul smell emanated from the finger.
Not a finger!
Oh my God. You don't understand. I have chills right now. That is so. Oh God, that sounds awful.
Not a finger!
Yeah.
Oh. He's just carrying. It's in his wallet?
Yeah, he had it in his wallet.
How thick was this wallet?
I mean, I guess it's pretty, relatively thick to hold a finger.
No. Can you imagine putting and keeping? Look at your fingers, and then look at your wallet. Could you imagine cramming a finger into a wallet? I feel like it'd be too big.
I love that this is the story that has the details. Cops also noted that when they picked it back up, blood and pus expelled from the finger as well.
Oh, my God.
Not a finger!
Yes. Out of all the stories, this
I hope no one was eating while they're listening to this.
This report went into detail on the state of the finger. Good job, Utah.
He was just carrying this around?
In his wallet, yeah.
So every time he goes to pay for something, he pulls out the wallet.
Whoops.
Oh, whoops. Drops my finger. Yeah. Doesn't everyone carry one of those with them?
Yeah, you know how that happens,
What's
right?
This, like a lucky rabbit's foot?
Yeah, a lucky severed finger.
Whose finger was it? You're not answering. Whose finger was it?
So, unfortunately, at that point, Chavez Zuniga became very quiet and said that he would not talk until he had a lawyer present.
Yo, we just are reporting on an odd news story of like a serial killer. Like 5 years from now, it's going to come out. 5-10 years from now, this guy's like, you don't just casually carry a finger around with you.
Yeah, This is even weird by Florida standards.
Florida is even like, whoa.
Yeah, what are you guys doing there in Utah?
Yeah, what is happening in Utah? Like, I'm actually like, this is actually kind of chilling.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And unfortunately, Mike, the finger was in such a decayed state that they could not lift a print from it. So they cannot identify where this finger came from.
Oh, my God, this just became a true crime podcast. We have to talk like this very close to the microphone.
Yes, we have to. There it is.
And that's when Chavez Zuniga would never see the light of day again. I don't know. I don't know.
And that's when that cop realized it's not good to not have a finger. I don't know. We can't do a criminal podcast.
We can never do a true crime podcast. Hold on.
I need a script. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to say about this.
Yeah, I don't know. We need to write something.
I talk in movie quotes, all right?
I know.
I'm sorry.
Not a finger!
That's how I talk. I gotta use sound clips.
Orem City, Utah is called the Family City, USA. But it's not very family when a man has a finger. I don't know. That doesn't even make sense. I don't know why I'm having such a block right now. I can't think of anything. We can't do true. We're too stupid and too weird to do true crime.
Yeah, we can't do true crime stuff. We're not my favorite murder. What the hell?
Yeah,
we can't
but
do this
somebody
stuff.
out there should look into this because this man was just casually carrying a finger in his wallet.
Yeah.
There are so many questions. One, how big is the wallet? Is it like George Costanza, where the wallet's so big it's like throwing him off?
Yeah, when he sits down, does he
Secondly,
level?
It fell out of the wallet when the cop was searching, right?
Yes.
So doesn't it stand to reason like the finger could fall out at any time? It's not that secure. 3, how does he deal with the smell just emanating from his pocket? Like there's just rotting flesh just like constantly about. Like how does he go places? Like if he maybe he's out on a date or something and the lady's like, why do you reek of rotting flesh? He's like, oh, no biggie.
Yeah, it's just my BO.
It's just, yeah, right? Like what do you say?
Yeah. So,
oh my God.
I don't know.
This is alarming.
Yeah. Just carrying a severed finger, no big deal.
No biggie.
Yeah. Don't you carry a severed finger?
Who in the hell's finger is it?
Yeah. Also, whenever they say money is like one of the dirtiest items you encounter, there you go.
Man.
Here's a reason why. Couple of bills rubbed up against that dirty finger.
I'm really glad that like basically everything is card payments now. I'm just like, give me those credit card points.
Yeah. And it's funny you mentioned that because when I went to go see Ghost 2 weeks ago, both of the arenas that they were playing in, both of them were cashless.
Really, completely, yeah.
Yeah.
You see that more and more now because, like, yeah, you
because
don't.
we have dudes carrying fingers in their wallets.
I don't want to deal with finger money.
I don't want finger wallet money.
Ew.
Nasty pus blood.
I feel so bad for that cop. They're like, oh, this thing fell. Goes to pick it up. It was wrapped in a.
It was wrapped in a cloth.
He probably was like, oh, this guy had like a joint in his wallet that fell out. Goes to pick it up. Finger.
Yeah.
But what this cop didn't realize is that this traffic stop was
fingered up.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know why are we so bad at improv.
Because we don't have a script on. You know, those crime podcasts. They usually have a script typed up and you know, to have the really nice play on words and stuff like that.
Right.
And then, you know,
I just can't think of anything that goes along with finger that's not sexual.
The policeman's favorite band was Badfinger. Little did he know he was in for a bad finger time.
There you go. That's the one.
Yeah,
that's the one.
Finger. I don't know. I talk in movie quotes. I can't do a crime podcast.
I would need to write a script.
Not a finger.
All right. Well, yeah, that's, you know, a short story, but you can kind of piece together how all this interaction goes.
We literally just reported on a serial killer in a joking manner.
Yes.
See that you can go to all the true crime podcasts to hear about the nitty-gritty details, but where are you going to go to get finger jokes?
Yes, all right. And
they're not going to give it to you.
Right.
Serial's not going to give you finger jokes.
And if you're watching the video feed to see Mike squirm, because you physically squirmed.
I physically, like, you don't understand. Like, you said that, and like I was like repulsed.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you.
I like recoiled.
Yeah, you involuntarily had to move.
Yeah, it's so gross. It's like a decaying finger, blood and pus, and
it smells.
And it smells. He was just carrying this with him.
Yeah.
Also, it's really chilling to think like he's definitely a serial killer.
Yeah, he's effed up. Yeah.
He's not a serial killer, right?
He's
like some kind of killer.
Yeah.
You don't just have a finger.
No, nobody rational does that.
No, he's not like, oh, my mom just passed away. It's my mom's finger. Bullshit. No, it's not.
It's my grandmom's finger.
No, it's not. It's not your grandmom's finger. It's clearly not yours, Mr. Ten Fingers.
Now, that would have been a hell of an excuse.
Yeah, right? He's like, oh, it's my dearly departed grandmother's.
She baked pies with this finger.
Oh, God. This was her pie finger. What this cop didn't realize is that this was one finger he didn't want to stick in the pie.
She really loved this finger that she used for pies. All right. On
that note.
Yeah, on that note, we're getting loopy about this story, so I think we need to start wrapping this episode up. Oh, my gosh. What a way to end this crazy episode of the Crispy Noodle Podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. Whether it was the live feed or the audio feed or the video feed later on, thank you guys. If you like what you heard, make sure you go to our website, thecrispynoodle.com. Make sure you follow us on all the social media, Hubbabaloo, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Very important you follow us on Facebook because if we do go live, we go live first on Facebook Live. So very important.
That's right. And you can find the video podcast on Facebook Live and also on the YouTube channel, so make sure you subscribe there as well. But you can still get the audio version of the podcast on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Podcast, and Amazon devices. So make sure you search for, download, and subscribe to the Crispy Noodle Podcast on either YouTube or the podcast service of your choice.
That's right. We also have a SoundCloud page where you got the mini noodles. Check that out for past lore, past jokes we've had on the podcast, past weird stories from the Crispy Noodle archives.
There you go. So many ways to get in touch with and share the Crispy Noodle Podcast. If you want to get in touch with us individually, you can find us on Twitter. I'm at Mikey Costanzo, MikeyCostanzo.
And I am at Rich Liebig, RichLiebig. Find us on the Twitters. Let us know what's happening. If you've got an odd news story that you want us to cover, send it my way so that Mike doesn't see it. If you have a topic just in general you want us to talk about, let us know. If we take it and we use it on the podcast, we'll give you a Crispy Noodle shout out. And we do take submissions. So yeah, this is,
absolutely.
We take everything under consideration. So let us know if you have any ideas you want us to talk about, or you're just curious, or whatever you happen to be doing in your spare time.
Yeah.
Yeah, let us know.
Nothing that involves severed fingers.
No, please don't do that. No.
No.
No. You have 10. 10 digits is what you're supposed to have.
Yeah.
We don't need finger 11.
No.
And the band too. I don't really need finger 11 the band either. I'm not really.
It's a band?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, they're
weird.
Not really my cup of tea.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Listen to the Crispy Noodle. Don't listen to Finger 11.
Yeah, listen to us instead.
Yeah.
But for right now, we got to wrap this up. This has been the Crispy Noodle Podcast. Let us be the Crispy Noodle in your vegetarian salad of life and boring news. That will do it. We'll see you guys next week.
See you guys.
Later. Bye-bye, all you fine people.
Some of us have great stories, pretty stories that take place at lakes with boats and friends and noodle salad. A lot of people, that's their story. Good times, noodle salad.